Hey man, just giving you a quick call. I just wanted to let you know that you are so close, dude. You're so much closer than you think. A lot of these big goals that we've had and these big aspirations, they're right around the corner for you, dude. So you just cannot give up. So stoked for you to see this. P.S. We bought a Lambo. So keep going, bro. We'll talk soon. Peace.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Bryson. This is the Bryson Everyday Project podcast. This podcast is a little bit different than other ones out there. Here, I only focus on documentation. I don't focus on quality or being professional or being entertaining. If that sounds like something you're interested in, I'd love for you to stick around and give the show a listen. You can also follow me on Instagram at BRQUSE. Thank you so much. Here's the show. What's going on? It's episode 808. It is, I think it's January 4th. January 4th, 2026. It's 11:46 p.m. I have nothing to say, to be honest. I didn't work at all. Well, that's a lie. I worked for a little bit this morning, maybe an hour. And that was it. So today, Lexi and I just cleaned our entire place. And then, very long story short, don't want to get into it. We don't have a washer. We have a dryer. But the washer, we had to go to my mom's house, wash our clothes there, and then came home. So, kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. Very grateful for the backup, I guess, that we have, or the help, family, love, whatever you want to address it as. So, very cool, but now we're home. It's very late. We still have a little bit of stuff to do, which is a bummer, but it's fine. So, yeah, I really don't have much to say. I'll try to go into the app. So today I just was working on some of the interface stuff with how things pop up, how things show, when things show, and then the minuscule tiny details of the shape of certain things and how it looks flush with other things that are next to it and things like that. I think that's important. I think it's just a good first impression. It's one of the first things a user will see when they log into the app. They start using it. So one of those things I think is important. And maybe I'll talk about this. So I did touch on this the other day, just about having people test the app and stuff. And, fully plan to have people test it and things like that. But I don't know. I think the more that I really think about it, I don't need that as much as I thought I did. I mean, I still definitely will. I do believe it to be valuable, especially with a lot of features that I haven't looked at yet. But yeah, and in some ways I almost feel like it's kind of taken the urgency away, which kind of sucks. I have doubts a lot of, like, what am I doing? I think days like today where I don't work at all, I feel the worst mentally, because what am I doing? I'm doing my part with having this place, and we're cleaning it and we're taking care of it. And of course, I'm not going to argue that, but days like today, not necessarily days like today in the sense of I didn't work at all, make me feel like shit mentally, because trying to build something, trying to build and create and develop something for others to make some coin for myself, for my future family, everything like that. And when I don't work, I don't feel like I'm getting closer to that whatsoever. And so mentally it fucks with me. So there's that. And I really don't know what else to say. I've just been working on the apps a little bit by a little bit. I'll talk about this. So I got a $50 bonus little check thing from Mina, because a lot of his team is in New Jersey. So they went to a team dinner. But because I'm not over there, he sent me a $50 check for dinner. And he sent everybody who wasn't local to New Jersey a check, which is cool. So Lexi and I got pizza, and we went to my mom's, shared the pizza, and it was fun. But in a text he sent me, he said, and also how many hours last week? And usually what happens is I text him the hours on Saturday, how much I worked, and then he pays me soon after. But he hasn't done that in probably months. Usually what happens now is I'll text him how many hours on Saturday, and then I don't get any kind of paycheck until Monday, sometimes Tuesday. Which that's fine, but for me, it's annoying as fuck, because it was said from the start, text me the hours on Saturday, I'll pay on Saturday. So now I don't text the time or the hours until Monday, because that's when he pays. And to me, that makes sense because he doesn't have any kind of payroll system. He does Venmo. So in my eyes, I'll put my text at the top of his inbox by texting him closer to the time of payment. So that way, if he needs to see how much he needs to pay, he can just see very quickly at the top of his probably very packed inbox how many hours that is. That makes perfect sense to me. But yeah, so he even texted me today, like I just said, how many hours? I responded immediately, nothing. So why did you need to know my hours, That type of stuff is so minuscule, but it just drives me insane. If you need information, if in order to make it to execute on something, you need information, but as soon as you get that information, you don't execute on whatever you needed the information for, you didn't even need it. You don't need it right there. It's not that urgent. It's fine. But and I can actually touch on this real quick. I can feel myself. So I guess I'm aware of patterns of my past. When I start feeling this way, it's almost like the beginning of the end because I just get so annoyed with things like this, And it's so dumb. It's so tiny. I'm not going to screw the pooch and flop or fold this whole business relationship with Mina. Mina's great, but I guess just in past situations when things like that start happening, and there's the conflict, if you want to call it that, of what the fuck are you doing? That's when I kind of just start. Seems like mentally I'm just out of it. I'm done. Fuck you, go. I'm done. So a pro, a con, a flaw, whatever you want to call it, it is what it is. So pretty cool because I'm able to recognize that within myself. So good or bad, whatever. Mina's great, and I'm not talking shit whatsoever. He's great. Love being on the team. Love doing stuff in Notion and working for what he's up to. But just an observation. So I got nothing else, so I'm going to end the show there. Thank you guys for listening. Very behind. I haven't uploaded anything, so we got to get on that. All right, bye. Peace.